going, baby?
Grab a couple lights.
Yeah.
So I can't drive. And she started messing with me.
Lee, you finished start?
What?
You know how you like to be quiet?
Everybody got water?
Okay.
Yeah, we got our water.
That's why I did. Hold up. Don't worry. We ain't even doing that.
Oh my God.
I got to hit one boy.
We were just practicing.
Yeah, we did practice. There we go.
Moving too fast, bro.
All right, we ready now? Lee,
We done practicing.
be quiet.
Game time.
Don't be touching your phone. Don't be hitting nothing.
Well, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
Greetings, evening, World Wide Web, Facebook Live. This is Talking Random-ish with your boy, the master barber himself, Rick Kane. Alongside, I got a few good fellas with me, my side dogs, my brothers, and chair number one. We like to call him No Shaper. What's good with you, my boy?
I'm good, bro.
And chair number, I don't know what chair he is in this week.
Never know.
No, we got him, we got the special fit here. We like to call him Slim Fit. The sensitive is in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
Hey, can y'all see me out there? Am I on camera? Okay.
No.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I hope, Tammy, make sure y'all can't see Slim. Make sure y'all can't. And to his left, to his right, we got the infamous, the poet himself, the legend himself is in the building. What's good with you, my boy?
What's going on? Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Hey, man, tonight is special. We got, first of all, y'all know what this is. This ain't never some good old-fashioned barbershop style conversation. In this here barbershop, no conversation. I mean, no conversation. No conversation is taboo in this here barbershop. We ain't got but one rule, and one rule only. That rule is say what you mean, but mean what you say. Just don't be mean when you say it. Hey, y'all, I want to thank Mr. Rick Dunn for allowing us to share this space with us, and we would need to keep this space going. So what I need y'all to do is go to ACC High School Completion Initiative. Find this on PayPal. Make sure you type this in so that you can give to this organization, because what Mr. Rick Dunn is doing up here is astronomical. I must have said it right, because I got it. Because I was searching for a word while I was saying it, and I was searching and that word just came up, and so I must have said it right. But he is giving back to the community. He's helping the community, and he's helping raise our community. but he needs your help to keep this thing going. So make sure you, when you go to PayPal to donate, you're going through educationmatters@gmail.com. But you can also use on your Kroger Plus card, when you swipe your Kroger Plus card, you can also give back to this organization. You log into your card and search ACC High School Completion Initiative to donate. Please give to this organization. Let's keep this organization going. But I also need for y'all to go deep in your pockets, and because Talking Randomish needs you. Today, Talking Randomish has 792 followers. But what I need all those followers to do is to subscribe to Talking Randomish, because I need to show advertisers and people of that nature that this is a valuable source to give their bread to. Because we need bread, because I got a videographer I need to pay. I was just told that I need to pay her, and that my love ain't payment. So that's what I was told.
That's a whole episode.
I guess that was a word too, because I got some amens on that. So but tonight is special, man. Tonight is special because one of our own is in the building. Now we gonna get to her, but first we gotta celebrate another one of our owns. Larry the Legend is keep doing legendary ish. He just keep on. He making sure his retirement is taken care of. Hey man, tell the people what you just accomplished, what you just came off vacation and got to pick up this morning.
Well, what I accomplished was the post office has given, well, they haven't given it to me, I earned it, but I was presented today with my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification today.
Explain to people who don't know what that means, what that is.
Lean Six Sigma is, for common knowledge, it's a Japanese term to mean it's just to lean out, to find the most efficient way to do things. So I was given a project that I had to do for the Postal Service to reduce a goal.
Right.
And we were able to accomplish that goal. Not only did we meet that goal, we surpassed it. And it is still, we took one of the units that was the worst in the district and we brought it up to one of the top 10 in the district.
Wow.
At a certain point. So we were able to sustain it, put some processes in place. And you know, if anybody out there that's ever worked for me, you know I believe in processes. You put processes in place, that your processes manage your people and you manage your processes. So,
what did you spit about in?
What you just said, I mean, that's what lean is. Like, I mean, I worked in the manufacturing industry, you know, so we always had lean programs. So that's what you'd be surprised how many companies use the lean process and its principles. So
one of the
Green Bill is serious.
One of the favorite things, you know, that they love throughout is a Gemba. You know, you go to the source of the problem. What you're always trying to do is reduce steps.
Right.
But you want to reduce them efficiently so that it makes sense. And doesn't cause waste.
Right.
So you try to lean out space. You don't have unnecessary junk in areas. You try to lean out steps. You're not taking an extra 3 or 4 steps to do a process. Right. That's all it is. So we just lean out the system in the process to get the most efficient way to accomplish a goal.
And another thing about lean process, it allows you as managers to engage your employees into the whole process. So it's not like you're just telling your employees to do something.
Right.
It's a process. You got a room you meet, you got stuff on the board, and everybody, you're recording everything, you're jotting everything down, and you have these conversations every day. So that's that lean process.
You make your employees what we call the stakeholders. Part of the process. Right. So I didn't just go into the unit. The acting manager was, we had the acting manager, we had 2 carriers because they had to, you know, make sure the process was doing what it was doing. And I just met with them once a week. This is the process that I want to put in place. We tested it, got good results, and then once a week I met with them, and we went over all the results and what we found, what we needed to tweak, what we didn't need to tweak, and we just recorded everything. We recorded safety talks. We have everything up on a bulletin board, up on a huddle board, and it's a very I don't want to say convoluted, but it's a very step-by-step process in how to achieve this goal.
Right.
Because you can take this process and apply it to anything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that's the point of it. It doesn't matter what the situation is.
Right.
You just want to take the process and apply it to whatever your situation is.
And then like we had lean when I was in the bakery industry. We met in a room, so you had all these boards around, so we recorded everything every day. So when they walked in, they could see what they did from day to day.
Right.
And then they had questions about how we can do anything, improve it, or we listened to them. So I think they were onto something with that one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and it was every day. We met every day when I was in the baking industry. So we met before the shift start. Right. And we had all the numbers recorded. Supervisor went in, put all the numbers in. So when they walked in, they could look around and see where we at. Right. From yesterday to today versus last week at that time. And it's powerful. Like, and then they instead of them just like you just talking to them randomly like, and they don't know what is numbers driven. When they don't know the why. You're giving them the why, and you're giving them the accountability piece because it's theirs. Yeah. Yes, they're the stakeholders. It's not mine. Yep. I always tell them I'm here for the guidance piece. This is your project. This is to make it better for you because their names are inside the thing as well because they're stakeholders on it. So when I go in once a week, I bring the numbers. This is where we sat last week. Right. This is the numbers that we look like. This is where we failed. This is where we succeeded. Right. So let's talk about why we didn't succeed in these areas where we failed. Right. So we go because such and such we split this route so he didn't have a scanner set up. So what we were doing we were looking at pieces that they had to scan on the route. So through deep diving, if Lee carried route 1 and route 2, if you had a piece for route 2 but didn't change the scanner to route 2, it was automatic failure. Root cause. We did peel back the onion. You asked the why. Why? The why. You ask enough whys until you get to the root cause. Right. We understand. You had to answer 5 whys. Yep. That's the 5 whys.
Remembering the why is important because it helps to maintain your focus. Exactly. So the best part of it was just seeing the engagement of the employees because so often when you go into a unit, it's not. Sometimes it's management against employees, craft against management, but everybody was on one goal. This is the goal because it's all about customer service. If we don't get this together and don't get it right, this is how we judge ourselves and see how we're measuring up to the public. Right. So when I got their buy-in, then it was ready to roll. Right. Yeah, but hey, green belt. Hey. Yeah. Wow, that's another. You really did something. I appreciate it. I understand that lean process. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Boom aside. This past Sunday, you jumped off something. Congratulations, bro.
What I do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on.
Well, you had me playing first base.
Oh yeah.
And per the text, I was just supposed to be filming.
Yes. I appreciate you though, brother.
Hey man,
jumping in. Can't catch a ball, but by the end of it, he'll start catching some 6-year-old balls. 6-year-olds beating him up over there. 7-year-olds beating him up. And beat him up.
We ain't supposed to be talking about that.
Okay, my bad.
We supposed to be talking about you. We supposed to be talking about you and when you started.
Yeah.
But salute to you.
Yes, sir.
Coach Mike.
Congratulations.
Bosquet. And I think this week
Coach Mike
Cox will be on the field.
Coach Ray King on the field. He ain't tell y'all this today. He's officially part of the program.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a junior instructor.
All right.
So he's learning. He mean people like Rick. He's a junior instructor.
Junior instructor.
So he got things he got to learn. He got to learn as far as baseball.
I got a whole bunch of things.
But guess what though? With the amount of kids we're gonna have, like we need everybody. It's a village, right? So with him just not even knowing a lot about it and him attempting, and he even got better. He started catching it then, and he started feeling it, and he loved it. So I was like, you know what, come on.
Yeah.
So he's a junior instructor right now. Hopefully by this summer, in the summer, we have him up to a regular instructor so he can just really just flourish.
Yeah.
That's the work. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is like we're just trying to implement baseball back into our community.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because far too many of us take baseball for granted, and we put all our kids into two baskets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Basketball, football.
Yes, sir.
And if anybody know anything about the three sports comparatively, football has no minor league system. So if you make it, you don't make it.
Yes.
That's true.
Basketball got a G League, that's one level, right? Baseball has about 6 levels. So you can make a great living, even if you never make it to the major leagues, you can make a great living playing ball in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
So we got to, and that's the goal. Like right now, we're doing it for the community, and we just need some people to get behind us. And we're gonna take off. We're gonna do it regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
No, we're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna figure out a way.
We need a lot of way. We need some help. We got a ways to go. I'm excited about the people that we have right now that were there. You know what I'm saying? So starting at lunch with 7, 8 people, and I had 4 people hit me up. So they're gonna be there Sunday. So we're growing.
Yes, sir.
So what type of help do you need?
The biggest help, financial.
Yeah.
Because what we trying to do is like, if anybody know about baseball, baseball is probably one of the most expensive sports you can do, especially when you're talking about training.
Right.
So you got, say if you want to do hitting, pitching, fielding, whatever, you got these trainers, they're charging they're charging $85 for a 45-minute session. And our goal is to, really we're doing general training on Sundays, but eventually we're gonna go to individual training per whatever coach, and we're gonna really try to keep that cost down, and what the financial part helps us out with, because we just starting out. It's a lot of things we need that we don't have right now to maximize this.
Yes, sir.
So
But you also take donations of like bats and gloves and.
I was about to get to that. So we not only monetary. So if you got some equipment you want to donate to the program, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Balls, gloves. Again, I'm not trying to turn away anybody from the community. I want everybody to come out that we can get out there. I want everybody on that team, that organization, to look like us. And right now we're on a good start.
I need a glove with some extra padding in it.
No, you know that glove. We might get you a glove made.
Yeah, my hand was a little sensitive once I got home. Hey, them little boys throwing the ball. Hey, PJ is throwing that ball. Yes, sir. It's coming. Yes, sir.
You gonna get down.
Hey, he get down. PJ and Big Daddy, they sending the ball over there to first base.
And that's another thing about like we got some really great our kids look like us out there, just ready to work, and they just need some tweaking. Yeah. They play in every local rec league in Athens or whatever, but their parents want them to have some extra work. And if you know anything about red ball is not like what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to focus and put emphasis on certain things to make them what they need to be.
Yes, sir.
Not just have them out there running around doing bad habits all year.
Yes, sir.
Just because it's fun to do, like they want to take baseball serious. Baseball is a hard sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real hard sport.
Well, tonight it's about celebration. March is a month of celebrating women. There was an international, but we're here to celebrate.
They ain't ready.
What?
Didn't they have February?
But they got.
Another month.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
This whole month is about
Women's History Month.
Yes. And
it's different from Valentine's Day.
It should have been this month then.
Yeah, put it all in the same month.
So
I
I came for a civil conversation. But I see where this is headed. Okay? For all those else listening that know me.
I'm so glad you're here.
And y'all know them.
Y'all heard that voice?
Yes.
Our sister is in the building, man.
Yeah.
Our prayer warrior, our pastor, our some days mama, our healer, our prayer warrior.
So, side,
And both sides is in the building.
Let's go.
We don't do any introductions, but I must say, y'all see these three gentlemen here, and I've had conversations about how these three gentlemen got me back to Athens. But there was another component to that got me back home.
Oh yeah.
And it's this beautiful young lady with the silver hair that is sitting here. Because that day that my two brothers came and got me, which was orchestrated by my brother, there was a beautiful young lady that sat on the phone with me through her work shift because she knew that her brother was in trouble and needed her help. So she sat on the phone with me 8 hours, well, at least till Sam and Lee got there to come and get me, to bring me home. I've been knowing this woman since I was 2 years old. She knew me before I knew me. She's the only person besides my family that I know love, that started loving me a long time ago. This is the only place, with her, is the only place that Lee is not number one on her list. I am number one on her prayer list. Aaron, you 3.
Who number 2?
You.
Why am I number 2? I don't need no prayer.
Because, yes. I think we all gonna take a sip on those.
Hey, look, you missed a good point though, man. I'm excited, bro, because guess what?
What's up?
After all these freaking years, we finally got the game back together.
That's
League
all.
of Bush is officially back in Athens, Clark County. Let's go! Woo!
Yes, sir.
In case y'all didn't get the name, y'all know how we do.
Oh, my bad. I spoiled. Spoiler alert.
Miss Lady, who are you and why are you in my barbershop?
I am Perdeta Bush, and I'm here because my heart is here. I love everyone dearly in this room. I was asked to come out this evening to talk about Women's History Month, to talk about my consulting business, and also to talk about forgiveness. And I'm excited because this is my first time here in the barbershop. You know, and so as Lee said, I have officially relocated back home here to Athens, and so I'm excited about what we're all gonna do together.
Right.
Because we're stronger together.
We're stronger together.
Amen.
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 Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Today, when I was preparing for this, I was in the book of Proverbs.
Oh, well, let me.
Yeah, I've been in the book of Proverbs today, and
Really?
yeah. Because when I speak of her, Miss Perdeta, my wife, there's a common thread. And the common thread is Proverbs 31, 10 through 31. And that's virtuous woman. And when I describe Shay, Tanya, these are things that I think of, and I know this is divine, this is God sent, because if you study the book of Proverbs, it reminds you of the type of woman that you don't want, the type of woman that you shouldn't be with. In one verse it tells you you'd rather sleep in a room with a leaking roof than be with a woman that's not of God. And also in the book of Proverbs, when they mention wisdom, they're talking about the woman. But all that leads up to Proverbs 31, 10 through 31, where they talk about the virtuous woman. And once I started to read, Chat GBT is a beautiful thing, because they break this thing all the way down. Who? Chat GBT. AI.
Yeah, go ahead on.
They break this thing all the way down. Hey man.
Go ahead on.
Hey man. I'm just telling you what they said now. They say key attributes of a virtuous woman: wisdom and skill. She is a capable manager, a skilled worker, and a wise counselor. Strengths in industry. She's energetic, resourceful, work diligently to provide for her family. Compassion and generosity. She extends her hand to the poor and needy, demonstrates compassion and a caring heart. Fear of the Lord. Her actions and character are rooted in the deep respect for God. Her husband trusts her. The heart of a husband trusts in her, and she does him good and not evil of all the days of her life. Her children and husband praises her. Her children arise up and call her blessed, and her husband also praises her. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She's not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. Amen. The two women that sit before me today is this. I am so blessed to have these two women in my life. And I can go on and on and on and on, but that's not why we're here for me to do that. We're here to talk about her business, what she's doing, and thank God she's back home to keep us in order, because we sure need everybody but Lee. I know Lee don't need no order.
What are you talking about? Why you bring me up like that? What I do?
I need order.
Why I don't need no order? Explain. No, never mind. No, explain. Like you on the Trump signal line right now. I'm messy right now.
I'm
that Trump signal line right now. You just throwing out. So you heard it. You heard that.
I'm just saying.
You were throwing out. All right. You can go in front of Congress in a minute.
Thank you for coming.
Jeez.
Good to see you, baby.
Good to see you, baby. Hey, I'm excited.
I miss y'all.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't let y'all do all this greatness without me.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
God has a reason for everything.
When the DJ told me she's coming, I was stupid excited. I started screaming in the car.
Man, it's back together.
Hey, I made it early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick, my man.
Beautiful
I won't
thing.
miss this one.
No.
Beautiful thing.
Baby, why are you here?
Did you?
Well, I think we're all here to have a conversation about women
Yes.
and how women can contribute not only to the world and this international recognition of women, but how women play a role in our communities, in our homes, in our hearts, right? Because without woman,
Absolutely. You better talk about it.
without woman,
Uh-huh.
and since you brought up Proverbs, I'm gonna bring up Genesis.
They go, ooh!
Since we're talking about women, not that I'm gonna preach tonight, I'm not, but we know that God created Adam in his image and after his likeness. And then he gave Adam a job, right? To identify and name all the animals. And then God said, well, it's not good that man be alone.
Absolutely.
Right? And so he put Adam in a deep sleep.
And took some, I hear on
Real.
Come on.
Because you know, man can't live without it real.
So who's the beginning then?
Wait a minute.
I
Took
just
the
saying.
real from him.
Yeah.
And then he looked at Eve and he said, you are a woman. Bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Now before that, he was just Adam.
It's Adam.
But when Eve was created, he became a man. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
He was just Adam before that, just naming things. But when Eve was created, he called her woman, and Adam became a man. So man did not have true identity until he had a woman.
Oh yeah, you better say it. You better say it. One of my favorite movies in the world is I can't even think, but Nicholas is in it. But in this movie, he's a recluse, kind of off, but he's in love with this woman, and she was like, "Tell me one thing, so I won't leave from our date." He said, "When I got up this morning, the first thing I wanted to do was take my medicine." She's like, "What does that mean?" He said, "You make me want to be a better man. You make me want to be a better man." When I met this woman, she made me want to become a better man. I can't be around you and not be at my best. Even though I know you have seen me at my worst. But you put in me to continue to be a better man.
Right.
That is the job of a woman, to make a man want to be a man, to me, to help him achieve his truest potential, to help him be the man that he's supposed to be, and vice versa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But we're here to talk about and to celebrate you and coming back home and your business and the things that you do with your business and how you can help the community with your business. So let's jump into that.
Well, I don't want to dismiss Lee's thought. Lee had a thought, and I interrupted him. What were you going to say, Lee? When I was talking about Adam and woman?
Oh, no. I had just talked about, like, you went where I was going. So that was it. Like, you know, some people think the world started with Eve. I'm just saying.
That's all I had to say.
That's all I had to say. I mean,
That's
some
all I
people
had to
do.
say.
Really?
Yeah. Some people think it started with Eve.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be surprised. Especially how these new ones run around. That's all I'm saying. That's my take on it.
Well, I could make a comment on that.
You can?
Age appropriate.
Oh, okay.
Age appropriate.
Right. Gotcha.
Age appropriate.
Let's do this, baby.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
What's the name of the business?
So the name of the business is PLB Consulting. Okay. And I spent about 25 years in higher ed, right? Working in higher education. Working at University of Georgia, Penn State, Arkansas State University, University of Alabama, Birmingham. But even outside of working in higher ed, I always spent my time investing in other people and building them up personally or building up their business, because that's what I do. I'm a builder. And the time came for me to begin to build something for myself, but I still wanted to invest in people and support them.
Right.
So my consulting business is the best of both worlds, right? I'm building something for myself, but also I still get to support people.
Right.
And because I just love to see people achieve their dreams and their goals and just be the best they can be. I love that. I love it because I feel like I'm doing it as well. So PLB Consulting, we do program management, we do project management. We also do consulting because I spent 10 years in Title IX, and so we do consulting as far as sexual misconduct, also affirmative action, and those types of things as well. So we can take a project on. I got a contract last week where I'm working with an author to help her launch one aspect of an upcoming project. And so we do different things like that. I do keynote speaking. I'll be speaking at Arkansas State University in April for their Excellence Awards. So whatever I can do can bring to the table to take what someone has and not change it, and really not even make it better, to come alongside someone, right? Just as with Lee, with his baseball academy, I have a degree in public relations, right? And so I've run campaigns, not just in higher ed, but also the private sector. So what can we do to promote this academy? How can we get donors? How can we get sponsors, right? Working on that with him. Even this podcast, right? How can we get followers? What do we need to do? What people do we need to come before to help promote the podcast and what it's trying to do in the community? So those are the things that I love to do.
How does, to grow your business, I mean, you gotta have money. How are you connecting, how are you getting people to come to you to help, so you can help them connect all the dots and what they need to do to become who they need to become?
Well, the great thing about a good product,
Speaks for itself.
Absolutely.
thank you, it speaks for itself, right? A good product, you don't see Rolls Royce doing advertisements, and they don't do commercials, and they don't do print advertisements.
Never.
Rolls Royce is what it is. So PLB Consulting is what it is, right? And so I have a menu of services that I put out on social media and also LinkedIn, and that I sent out to colleagues that I've worked with for the last 25 years to generate contracts and generate projects. And so far, I've been pleasantly surprised. As with any new startup, you know, you have some disappointments and some setbacks, but those are just opportunities to build better and to do more. So that's how I look at it.
So what are you looking for in the company when you go into consult? What are some of the key things that they need to have so that you know that you can help them or y'all can help each other?
The first thing I do is my version of a needs assessment, right? So I go in and I do a listening, and I sit down with everyone, with key constituents in the company, and I listen to their concerns, I listen to their thoughts, I listen to their ideas, and I take that back and I build an assessment based on what the company needs and where they want to go. And then I present a proposal. This is what I heard, and this is where I can see you going, and this is how I can help. So that's important, right? You don't want someone from the outside coming in telling employees or leaders that what they're doing is wrong, because it's not, right? Some people haven't been heard, that haven't been implemented, and we were talking earlier about the why. Most people don't know what the why is, or they disagree on what the why is. They disagree on why they're doing something. So part of what PLB Consulting does is that we can get all the lead thinkers. And what I mean by lead thinkers, I'm not talking about everybody on the board. You know, I'm talking about the person who does the shift work. I'm talking about, you know, a representative from the entire community within that company to sit down and settle on what is the why. Let's clearly identify how can we reach our goal.
Because that's major though, especially when you if you walk into a company and like a lot of consultants, they just meet with management, right? So I think it's very important to meet with the people on the floor and not with management around, because they not going to tell the real.
Absolutely.
So you can't get a good assessment of and help them if they not really getting the real, you know.
Absolutely.
So because a lot of time in management we focus on this, but even when I was on the floor, I mean, those floor people know what they're doing. They know how to fix the process. A lot of times in management, we stuck in the way we think. We think we know better. You know, a lot of times, right? And some things we do know better. You know, but I think like so if you reaching out to the floor level people, that's major. You know, you're gonna really get the why. You're gonna really get the why, because especially if you don't have management around, you're really gonna get the why.
You'll get the why and the buy-in.
And the buy-in, right?
That's right. Because that trust is important, right?
It is.
It's important because if you're going to bring about any type of change, whether it be an organization or whether it be on a personal level, people have to trust you.
They do.
You can't have obedience without trust.
For sure. That's real.
That's right.
That's right. It's real. It's facts.
You can't.
You can't have obedience without trust. I can't follow your instructions if I don't
Trust you.
if I don't trust you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You do it right in front of them, but then when they turn their back, you doing it.
That's it. That's it.
It's a waste.
How do you go about building that trust? If you walk into a meeting with 4 people and you can feel that there's a problem between management and the regular worker, how do you help them come together as a unit?
Well, so the question I think is twofold, right? So how do I establish trust between them and myself and my organization, and then trust between them and management,
Yes.
right? So as far as I'm concerned, I establishing trust with PLB Consulting or with Perdeta, I look for a connecting point.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to look for a point of connection with
Right.
anyone that you're meeting with or that you're talking to. You find a point where you can connect with the people. And then on that level, you begin to build out, right? And you set an atmosphere where people can be honest. So that some people feel comfortable being vocal. Some people may need to write something down. Some people may need to meet with me after the meeting. So you give people those opportunities to express themselves so they can be transparent and you can get real information. Because what's real and what's true are 2 different things. Right? Real and true are 2 different things. So when it comes down to it's to helping to establish or reestablish trust between those who run the company and those who work the company, right? It's the same pattern. You find a point of connection, right? You find that point of connection, and sometimes it turns into a mediation, because I also do mediation. So depending on what the issue is, they may need a mediator, right? And so you find out what the issue really is, and then you work towards resolving that. And sometimes it's not some things can't be resolved, and that takes me back to my work in Title IX. Some things can't be resolved, but you can come to an agreement, right? Because a resolution is not necessarily agreement, and so that's what it's case by case. I pride myself on, I only take 10 clients at a time, because I want to make sure that I'm giving either an individual or a company or an organization the attention and time they need.
Your work in Title IX, if anybody know anything about sports and dealing with Title IX, that was a big thing for women in sports to be heard, seen, and just made aware of. How did you get into that? What got you into Title IX? And coming from Penn State.
Yes. Well, my journey into Title IX is just reflective of my life, period. So I always find myself where I'm needed, even if I don't understand the need at the time. So the Lord sends me where He wants me to go. And so I was working in the private sector in Pennsylvania, and my mentor, Dr. Felicia Brown Haywood, she was director of student affairs at Penn State Harrisburg. And I had left my previous job to focus full time on my dissertation. And she found out about it. She said, well, come work for me. And she literally created a job for me. It was supposed to be one thing, but she just wanted me to be her assistant. So she was over Title IX for that campus. And so she taught me about Title IX. Now, what's interesting, the Lord always has a plan.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if y'all know this. When I was an undergrad, I was sexually assaulted. I was sexually assaulted. And back then, Title IX wasn't what it is today as far as having governing rules for sexual misconduct, because Title IX is double fold. You have the athletics piece, which was created so women would have the same rights and access as men in sports, and that's still established today. And then you have the other piece that prohibits sexual misconduct on college campuses or any institution that receives federal funds. So that also includes K through 12. So back then, Title IX wasn't what it is today, and it was and people throw around the word trauma so much today, but it really was traumatizing for me. But that also led me to my work in forgiveness. So it's an extension of both. But I know I believe what the Bible says, that what the devil meant for evil, God will work out for your good. Me working in Title IX is the good that came from that rape. It's the good that came from it. Because I get to not only work with women who may be experiencing the same thing, but I also get to work with men who may be experiencing the same thing, or to help guide them through the process to make sure they are receiving an equitable process as well, because it's all about equity, right? Making the process equitable for the person who has experienced a sexual misconduct, and also an equitable process for the person who's being accused. That's important to me. So, with y'all need a breath?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Y'all okay?
I think we need to breathe for a minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't mean to casually lay that on you, but I believe in being transparent.
We family. We family.
You know, and y'all are my family. And to be honest with you, the love that you have for me and have always had for me, it kept me in a position where my heart did not become hard, because I know there are good men out there.
Right.
You know,
I wasn't thinking about it.
because some of the best men
I'm
I
thinking
know.
about like we need to get
I did.
we need to ride out. We need to fly.
That's what I said.
Where you at?
When I said you do this,
Yeah.
I knew what you were thinking.
And that's another reason.
I said that's probably why she didn't tell us.
And
We
that
can
is-
roll it out. We can roll it out.
No, that is why I didn't tell you.
Right.
Because I love you enough where I didn't want to see you in jail.
That's okay. I've been there before.
Because
Got no problem going to jail. Wait the first time. Let go.
but it is why I didn't tell you. It is.
I think we're gonna take a break
Okay.
right here, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about your dissertation.
Okay.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
You remember the dissertation?
Yes, I
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Side.
And
both side.
Hey, y'all, take a break. Go to the bathroom, get you something to snack on. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about forgiveness
Great.
and how it has shaped what she's doing and what she will continue to do. We will be right back.